I'm ready, yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Amber. I'm the dietitian that works with the HEAT program. I am a full-time dietitian at the Topeka Hy-Vee store here in town. I have lots of different services that I offer, and I love seeing new faces at HEAT and familiar faces too. It's a great blend today. I always come once a month and I talk about a fruit and a vegetable of the month, and then I bring samples so you can taste it. This month for March, I chose raspberries as the fruit and collard greens, which is what this guy is, for my vegetable. And I'll be honest, collard greens is something I wasn't as familiar with cooking. A lot of times the collard green recipes call for 3 hours. I found a recipe for a quick, you basically blanch them, so you boil them in a mild salt water, and then you rinse them with cold water, and then you cook them in the skillet with some garlic, a tiny bit of red pepper flakes, and some broth. And by doing it that method, you only have to cook them about 15 minutes. It's a lot faster than the 3-hour method. And I thought they tasted amazing, so I'm super excited for you to try them today. Collard greens are actually the #1 vegetable for lowering cholesterol. So if you need to lower your cholesterol, eating more collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, we sell all of them in a big wall at Hy-Vee, and they're in bunches. Now the stems are not edible, you can't eat them, they're just going to be tough and a little bit fibrous. So what I do is I just pull the leaves off like that, and once you get up to where it's a little bit more pliable, you can eat that. So I just kept them in bunches like this, threw it in the salt water, and then when you get that done, you put it in your colander, your strainer. It helps to have like a fine mesh strainer. Rinse it with cold water, and then it'll form just kind of this clump. And I shook my knife and I sliced down and made little 1/4-inch slices, and then put it in my skillet and cooked it with the garlic, the red pepper flakes. Super good, super fast and easy, and really mild tasting. I'm excited for you to go try that. Also a great source of vitamin K and omega-3s for preventing inflammation in the body. And there's 7 grams of fiber per cup and only 60 calories. So a great high fiber, nutritious addition. And then remember, when I come, I always want to remind everyone, you've heard me say this a lot, half of our plate should be non-starchy vegetables at lunch and dinner, and then at breakfast getting the fruit in, and then one snack a day having the other fruit. So when I say, when you do it that way, you're actually getting quite a bit of servings of fruits and vegetables, because I told you at the last class, when you eat a piece of fruit or 1 cup of fruit, that's actually 2 servings. And then when you eat a cup of vegetables, that's actually 2 servings. So, which is great. We want more fruits and vegetables. But when we ask you that question on your evaluation, I think some people are underestimating how many fruits and vegetables they're actually eating. Because, I think of fruit, one apple is a serving, but it's actually 2. So make sure you're giving yourself enough credit for how much you're actually eating. And if you're filling half your plate with fruits and vegetables at every meal, you're getting way more than 5 servings, which is wonderful. Because really where the research shows for preventing cancer, for keeping your heart healthy, for keeping diabetes in check, it's really getting close to that 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, which is basically just 5 cups. And when you divide that by 3 meals, very doable. And so again, that's kind of why the new My Plate went to half your plate is fruits and vegetables. But for weight control, I would say non-starchy vegetables for half at lunch and dinner. So collard greens are a great choice. Raspberries, some of you may have seen Dr. Oz promote raspberry ketones. They're kind of this new diet pill that's come about. There actually is some research that the raspberry ketones that occur in raspberries, but also in some other fruits. Most of the supplement form actually is coming from pine needles, believe it or not. Can actually aid in weight control. I always recommend getting it from the food source before a supplement form. Plus the thing with the supplements, you don't know if you're really getting raspberry ketones. They could say you're getting raspberry ketones, but you honestly have no idea to know because they're not FDA regulated. So just keep that in mind, buy from a very reputable source, and just know that it may or may not work for you. It's not like it's going to automatically shed fat from your body, but any little bit can help. And that one does have a little bit of preliminary research. But again, just eating raspberries, they taste great. They're in season right now. They're on sale at Hy-Vee starting today. They're also loaded with the anthocyanins, which are helpful at preventing cancer. And they're also loaded with fiber. Get this, in 1 cup there's 8 grams of fiber and only 65 calories. For a berry, I mean, you can eat the whole container and you're not gonna gain weight. It may help you lose weight. So it's kind of a win-win. So with the raspberries, I put them in an oatmeal. I also added our new line of protein powder. This replaces the one that got recalled that I used to always talk about. This is stevia sweetened vanilla. You're going to notice the oatmeal tastes very, very sweet, and it's because this is sweetened with stevia, and the Dan & Light Fit yogurt I used is sweetened. If you didn't want it to be that sweet, you could use a plain Greek yogurt and you wouldn't have to add this protein powder in there. It's just to increase that protein. Because another thing that's helpful for weight control and weight maintenance, weight loss, is 20 to 25 grams of protein at breakfast time, and at lunchtime, and at dinner time. Most Americans get little to no protein at breakfast and get way too much at dinner. So trying to spread your protein out more throughout the day. Breakfast is really important for weight control and protein. So I also did a plain Greek yogurt. I did use the Fage, which is the best brand for this chocolate cream dessert. Very low calorie dessert here. So raspberries with my chocolate cream. I just added cocoa powder, which is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, helps lower blood pressure, just the pure cocoa powder, also high in fiber. So I added that and a little bit of sweetener. I used the vanilla liquid stevia, but you could use any sweetener, I mean, whatever you have to sweeten that and get it to your taste buds liking. And ready for you to try them, but does anyone have any questions? Just keep in mind that, you know, what you're doing here is awesome. 20% goes in, it's basically 80% nutrition, 20% activity as far as the weight loss equation or just the weight maintenance equation. So keep in mind, you know, just by doing this doesn't mean you can go through McDonald's on the way home and get a Big Mac and be okay. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately, but loading up on fruits and vegetables, you'll feel better, you'll look better, they're good for you. So, oh, and collard greens are economical too. I forgot to mention that. They're really inexpensive. So, again, just a great addition to the diet. I'll be up here if you have any questions, but come please try. And if you could save your spoon for your oatmeal to your dessert, that would be helpful for me. So I don't have to use billions of spoons when I come.